The Helix Midnight mattress is one of the brand's many models. They promise it'll deliver a medium feel, pressure relief, and work well for side sleepers. So let's see if it can live up to those promises. I'm Lauren, editor and certified sleep science coach here at Mattress Nerd. I've tested and reviewed hundreds of mattresses, and up next is the Helix Midnight right here. So I brought it into our Nerd Lab to run it through a series of geeky tests. I'll give you my thoughts, go in-depth on performance, and of course give you my pro-con list. So hit that subscribe button and let's get started. Now let's start out with the highlights. I'm going to fire off some quick hits regarding the Helix mattress so you know exactly what to expect should you decide to buy. Now, this is the Helix Midnight bed, not to be confused with the Helix Midnight Luxe. That is an upgraded version of this bed with special features like a pillow top and cooling infusions. Now, the regular Helix Midnight mattress ships for free and arrives at your door in a box. You're gonna have 100 nights to try this bed out, sleep on it like normal, except during this time frame, if you don't like it, you can return it for a full refund. But if you do like it, you can enjoy Helix's 10-year warranty. But if you want to know more about either policy in depth, you can check out our written review in the description. But if you came here for the details, let's get into those. Sometimes in the pursuit of science and discovery, I do things I don't necessarily want to do. Like cutting open the Helix Midnight mattress to get a good look at the layers and see how they perform. But of course, you shouldn't try this at home unless you want to void your warranty. Now let's start with the cover. Here it is breathable and moisture wicking. Now if you want some additional cooling features, you can opt to add a cooling cover. However, the model we have today doesn't have the cooling cover. Now onto the top layer. First up, we have a layer of memory foam here that's supposed to add some pressure relief and also has a medium feel. Now onto the layer beneath it, it is a layer of polyfoam to help you stay elevated on the mattress, and it should also help provide some bounce. Now, even more bounce is in our support layer, pocketed coils, which help with motion isolation, they help with breathability, and they help with durability. And lastly, we have one more layer of foam that provides a nice surface for the coils to rest. At Mattress Nerd, we like to rate firmness on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is softer than a warm, delicious garlic knot, which I certainly wasn't eating as I was going through the test for this mattress. Garlic knots. Anyways, this bed is a 6 out of 10 on our scale, making it medium firm, which is the universal firmness level. So this bed should work for the average sleeper. But we also want to see how well this bed responds to your movements using this lacrosse ball. So as I bounce it on the floor, you see it comes right back up to me. Now let's try this on the mattress surface. I would say that this isn't the best responsiveness I've ever seen, but it's also not the worst. So I would say that if you move around a lot at night, this may not be the best option for you. But if you don't, then it shouldn't be a problem. Now, if you take nothing else away from this video, know that your primary sleep position and body type are crucial when shopping for a mattress because a bed is going to perform differently based on if you are a side, back, or stomach sleeper. So let's start with side sleepers. Side sleepers need a mattress that keeps the spine in a straight line, preventing back pain, and also keeps the pressure off of your hips and your shoulders. Now, this bed does great pressure relief for lightweight side sleepers. However, average to heavyweight side sleepers may see some pressure issues in the shoulders. That's what our pressure map showed. Now, on to back sleepers. Back sleepers need a mattress that maintains the natural S-curve of the spine, which also prevents back pain. Now this bed has that foam that contours to the spine, so all back sleepers of all sizes should feel cozy on the Midnight mattress. Now, onto stomach sleepers, like me. We just need a bed that is firm enough to keep the hips elevated and spine aligned. Now this bed works well for light to average weight stomach sleepers, however, it's just not firm enough for heavier stomach sleepers. Now let's talk money. I know cost is a huge factor when you're shopping for a mattress, so let's see how much the Midnight costs. Now, we've tested and reviewed hundreds of beds, and through that, we found that most queen-size mattresses cost anywhere between $500 to $3,500. Now, the Helix Midnight is around $1,200, which is about the average price of a hybrid mattress. But we do have some coupons in the description below to help you lower that price, so you go ahead and check those out. Okay, we've seen and tested it all. Now it's time to sum it all up with a pro-con list. I made a list of the 3 best and worst things about the Helix Midnight mattress here. I like to start out with the bad news, so let's get into the cons. First up, if you are a strict side sleeper, this bed may not relieve pressure well enough for you. If you do sleep on your side most of the time, I would recommend the Helix Midnight Luxe instead. It is better at relieving pressure for this position. Now on to the next con. Heavyweight stomach sleepers. This bed just isn't firm enough for you. You need something that will help keep your hips elevated and in line with the rest of the spine. But the nerds and I made a list of the best mattresses for heavy people that we will link in the description below. And lastly, even though this is a hybrid bed, it is not as responsive as I expected it to be. So if you are a combination sleeper, you toss and you turn, other hybrid beds can respond to this better. But there is some good news, so let's get into the pros. First up, this bed isolates motion very well, so if you sleep with a partner, you're both light sleepers, this bed should help keep motion at bay. Next up, back sleepers of all shapes and sizes should find comfort on the Helix Midnight. That foam does a great job at hugging your spine, and the coils will keep you supported. And lastly, if you're a hot sleeper, this mattress has tons of breathable layers so your body heat can escape, so you shouldn't overheat on this bed. Well, that's all I've got for you. I will say that this bed does not work as well for side sleepers as I had hoped, but it does deliver on that middle of the road firmness that works for most folks. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments below, and while you're at it, go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. It always helps. And for more content like this, visit mattressnerd.com. Thanks for watching. Bye. Now, on to the pros. No! Now, edge support refers to the amount of weight. I always do this.